From the instant our eyes fall upon a message, something vibrates at the core of the soul, a subtle, almost imperceptible call, yet powerful enough to awaken us from daily torpor. Imagine walking through an invisible labyrinth where every shadow may hide a trap, every whisper a voice that distorts your truth. You feel a shiver down your spine as an unseen force brushes past. Could it be a friend or a phantom? Have you ever felt that unease, that nagging thought whispering something isn't right? What if these uneasy signals are in fact alarms from your very spirit, warning you of insidious influences gathering at the fringes of your life? The human mind is a silent battlefield, a stage where conflicting ideas dance in duet, light versus darkness, hope versus despair. When the voices of the world try to dictate who you must be, who you must love or fear, how do you resist the siren song that promises pleasure and delivers disillusionment? How can you recognize the serpent's hiss hidden in flattering compliments and the masquerade of false promises? Every breath of doubt, every shadow of hesitation reveals subtle clues about the dark forces drawing near. Will you decipher the riddle before it's too late? Amid the endless noise of social media, the flood of advice and self-styled gurus, there exists an ancient truth that transcends trends and hashtags. It is inscribed in the essence of every heart, longing for authenticity and freedom. It's the same wisdom that guided Watchman Nee along winding paths, empowering him to identify false prophets and the hidden snares beneath the veil of benevolence. Are you ready to unravel the codes of this spiritual legacy and raise a shield against the malevolent influences that creep in unnoticed? Allow yourself to dive into this journey of no return, where every word will be a blade of light cutting through the darkness of illusion. You will be drawn into powerful accounts, living metaphors, and compelling examples that awaken your critical sense and ignite your courage. Every mental scene projected in this video will serve as both mirror and compass, revealing dark faces behind benevolent smiles and guiding your steps toward unwavering vigilance. If you seek not merely information, but profound transformation, a rebirth of perception, prepare your heart and mind. The time has come to lift the torch of truth and shine light on the malign influences lurking in your daily choices. Are you ready to step into the light and leave shadows behind? You cannot leave without absorbing every teaching, for this message was forged to penetrate the depths of your soul and ignite the flame of eternal watchfulness. Have you ever felt that silent tug, as if someone else were trying to steer your choices? It's in those quiet moments when you hesitate or question that the real test begins. Watchman Nee reminds us that genuine freedom comes when we trust the gentle voice within, not every shout from the crowd. As external pressures rise, learn to pause, take a breath, and let your heart's compass guide you. Notice how a simple pause can shift everything. Before you respond to urgent demands or dazzling promises, give yourself a moment of calm. In that stillness, truth speaks clearly. Nee likened this to a lamp illuminating hidden traps. When you cultivate inner quiet, you see deceit for what it is and choose wisely. Emotions color every decision we make. Belonging, guilt, fear, they can motivate us or manipulate us. According to Nee, the first step is honest self-awareness. Shine your inner lamp on every motive. Why do you act? Who are you pleasing? When you confront your feelings without judgment, you reclaim the power to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting on impulse. Stories weave through our lives, shaping how we understand the world. But not every story is benevolent. Some narratives are crafted to lure you into hidden agendas. Nee compared these to counterfeit coins, beautiful at first glance, but worthless under scrutiny. As you watch, you'll learn to spot the genuine testimonies of transformation and set aside the false tales before they take root. Soon you'll face a choice: Stay passively entertained or rise up as the vigilant guardian of your own mind. You've gathered insight, honed your inner sight, now decide to act. Remember Nee's words, knowing the truth sets you free. Let that freedom propel you into the next chapter of discovery, where you'll intercept deception before it ever reaches your door. Have you ever caught yourself nodding along to someone else's opinion, even when a quiet voice inside whispered, "That doesn't feel right"? It's in those tiny moments of hesitation that your true self speaks. Watchman Nee urged us to listen to that inner whisper over the loudest crowd, because genuine freedom grows when we honor our own convictions. Imagine pressing pause on life's demands, just a single breath before you answer an urgent email or agree to another commitment. In that stillness, you'll feel clarity washing over you, as if a lamp flickers on in a dark room. Nee described this pause as the spirit's secret weapon, revealing hidden traps and giving you the power to choose wisely. We all ride waves of emotion, joy, fear, guilt. They can lift us or pull us under. According to Nee, the key is honest self-reflection. Ask yourself, why am I reacting this way? Am I seeking approval or escape? When you shine the light of awareness on your feelings, you transform them from puppeteers into guides, helping you respond instead of simply reacting. Stories shape our reality, but not every narrative has your best interests at heart. Some tales sparkle with promise, yet conceal a darker purpose, like a beautifully wrapped gift hiding a snake. Nee warned that we must learn to spot the difference between heartfelt testimonies and cleverly crafted illusions before they take root in our minds. Now you stand at a crossroads. Continue drifting with the current or step forward as the guardian of your own thoughts. You've practiced pausing, examined your emotions, and learned to see through facades, so choose boldly. Remember Nee's words, knowing the truth sets you free. Let that freedom carry you into the next chapter, where you'll intercept deception before it even reaches your heart. Have you ever felt a subtle unease after spending time with someone who seemed kind, only to realize later that their stories left you questioning your own values? That's a warning sign of toxic influence. Watchman Nee taught that true wisdom lies in recognizing when friendly words sneak in seeds of doubt about your faith or purpose. Next time you share confidences, notice if you leave strengthened or if a flicker of insecurity took root. Notice how certain conversations steer toward gossip, fear, or judgment. Those topics may seem harmless, but they function as spiritual doorways for negativity to slip inside. Nee compared these dark corridors to cracks in a fortress wall, small openings that invite unseen invaders. When a talk turns towards suspicious speculation or constant complaints, gently shift the focus to truths that uplift and align with your deepest convictions. Pay attention to the media you consume. Watchman Nee warned that repetitive exposure to violent or cynical messages dulls the spirit's sensitivity. If a podcast show or even a social feed leaves you restless or anxious afterward, recognize it as a red flag. Choose content that encourages hope, faith, and clarity rather than feeding fears or reinforcing doubts. Consider the habits that fill your daily routine. A seemingly innocent pastime, endless scrolling, mindless TV binges, or unchecked comparisons on social media can become a subtle idol, diverting your heart's devotion away from what truly matters. Nee urged us to guard our time as fiercely as our thoughts. Replace hollow distractions with activities that nourish your soul and sharpen your spiritual discernment. Finally, examine your inner dialogue. When you catch yourself replaying worries, self-doubt, or harsh self-criticism, you're actually echoing the enemy's whispers. Watchman Nee reminded us that the mind is a battlefield where every thought either strengthens our faith or undermines it. Confront those voices immediately. Replace "I can't" with "I trust," "I'm unworthy" with "I'm beloved." In doing so, you fortify your spirit against the stealthy tactics of evil influences. Have you ever realized how a casual comment about your goals can plant seeds of self-doubt? "Are you sure you can handle that?" Might sound like concern, but it subtly lowers your confidence. Watchman Nee warned that such remarks act like whispered lies, eroding your resolve one doubt at a time. Next time someone questions your vision, recognize it as a test, stand firm in your purpose, and let your convictions speak louder than their hesitation. Notice how certain friendships drain your energy, leaving you mentally exhausted. It's not the laughter or shared memories, it's the negative undercurrent in every conversation. Nee taught that influences with toxic underpinnings will always extract more than they give. Pay attention to how you feel afterward, refreshed and inspired, or depleted and anxious. Trust those feelings as signposts, and choose to invest in relationships that fuel your growth. Think about the content creators you follow. Some wrap life struggles in dramatic flair, keeping you hooked on emotional roller coasters. Nee compared this to feeding on spiritual junk food, tempting but unsatisfying. Opt instead for sources that offer nourishing insights and practical encouragement. Let your feed become a garden of ideas that cultivate hope, resilience, and clarity rather than a carnival of chaos and confusion. Have you noticed how self-help cliches can start sounding like mantras you repeat without thinking? "Just let go" or "follow your heart" may feel inspiring, but when they gloss over real challenges, they become escape routes rather than solutions. Watchman Nee insisted on honest confrontation with our struggles, not quick fixes. When you hear those empty slogans, dig deeper. What practical step can you take today to face the issue head-on? Action grounded in truth wins over fleeting comfort every time. Lastly, pay attention to your spiritual disciplines. If prayer, meditation, or study become routine checkboxes, they lose their power and morph into hollow rituals. Nee challenged us to engage with God and truth from a heart fully present, not with a distracted mind. Notice when your practices feel mechanical, pause, reconnect with your why, and infuse your time of reflection with genuine expectancy. That rekindles the torch of discernment, keeping it burning bright against the encroaching shadows. Have you ever noticed how doubt can creep in when you least expect it, during a moment of praise or celebration? "I'm not sure I deserve this," you might think, and in that instant, you hand victory back to fear. Watchman Nee emphasized celebrating breakthroughs with gratitude, using praise as armor rather than ammunition for insecurity. The next time you achieve something meaningful, speak words of thanksgiving and affirmation over yourself. Let confidence soar on the wings of gratitude. When challenges arise, it's natural to seek comfort in familiar patterns. Yet clinging to old habits can blind you to new solutions. Nee taught that growth often feels uncomfortable, like stretching muscles you've never used. When fear whispers, "Stay where it's safe," take a breath and lean into the discomfort. Ask yourself, what could I learn if I stepped beyond my comfort zone? That question opens a door to possibility and shields you from stagnation. Community can be a fortress or a snare. Surrounding yourself with like-minded believers offers strength, but isolated tribes can reinforce groupthink and blind spots. Watchman Nee urged us to connect with diverse voices rooted in truth, ensuring our circle challenges us toward deeper insight. If every conversation echoes your own views, gently invite someone with a different perspective and test beliefs against scripture and reason. That practice refines your discernment and guards against echo chambers. Consider your prayer life as a dialogue, not a monologue. Do you find yourself reciting the same requests out of habit? Nee reminded us that prayer thrives when we listen as much as we speak. In those silent moments, God's voice whispers caution, encouragement, and direction. Cultivate expectancy in your prayers. Pause after each petition to wait for insight. Jot down impressions and respond in faith. That responsive rhythm arms you with clarity when deceptive urgings attempt to mislead. Finally, as you step off the screen and back into your daily world, carry these practices with you. Discernment isn't reserved for sermons or study. It's a living rhythm woven into every choice, from the music you play to the books you read and the conversations you engage. Watchman Nee believed that a vigilant heart transforms every moment into an opportunity for truth to triumph. Embrace this way of life, and every day will become a battlefield where you stand firm, shield raised, ready to identify and deflect the subtle influences of evil. As the last echoes of this journey settle, imagine the lantern of discernment glowing within you, casting its light into every corner of your mind. Each insight shared has been a brushstroke painting clarity over the canvas of uncertainty. Let that light guide you when shadows of doubt creep in, reminding you that you hold the power to see through every disguise and reclaim your inner peace. In the silence that follows these words, hear the whisper of your own spirit, inviting you to stand firm in truth. The lessons of Watchman Nee have been seeds planted in fertile soil. Nurture them with intentional reflection, and watch as they bloom into unwavering conviction. Allow your heart to become the steadfast guardian of your thoughts, so that no subtle influence can erode the fortress you have built. Remember how every pause, every question, every moment of honest reflection sharpened your vision. Now carry that sharpened sight into each conversation, decision, and choice you face. Let your life become a living testament to the freedom found in clarity, a beacon that draws others out of confusion and into the warmth of genuine connection. Before this chapter closes, embrace the challenge laid before you to become both observer and steward of your inner realm. Step forward with courage, knowing that every whisper of insecurity is an opportunity to reaffirm your purpose. Stand tall in the knowledge that truth, once known, cannot be unlearned, and it will empower you to resist the subtlest currents of deception. Allow this final thought to echo long after the screen goes dark. What if your next choice could tip the balance between doubt and faith, fear and freedom? If you feel that stir within, share this message with someone who needs it, and let's build a community of vigilant hearts. If this video moved you, let your gratitude ripple. Like, comment your reflection, share with those you care about, and subscribe for more journeys into truth.